Peace and love, everyone. Peace and love. Still recovering from food poisoning. I'm on some antibiotics, so I'm just getting there and doing a lot better. So today I want to do this video, and that is Jesus in hell. Now, Yeshua, Jesus, did not believe in hell. Instead, you might find this strange. He believed in an eternal bodily life here on earth. Reincarnation. Now, the word hell, he never actually used. And its description is a total different meaning. He actually used the word Gehenna, which is a notorious valley just outside the walls of Jerusalem, where they burn trash and even unclaimed bodies. So to this is the true death, in a sense, is what he was speaking of. Basically, back then it was so scary to be buried unmarked or to be unrecognised in your death, so you didn't have family come visit you. This was seen shameful, and they would say bury criminals in unmarked graves in order to disgrace them. Now, this true death is what I'm discussing, of not seeking from within yourself, being outside of yourself, being unmarked in such a way of your own self. So unrecognisable to your own self is the true death. You dwell in poverty. You haven't got what's in within you. You haven't searched from what was within you. Now, Yeshua was saying the Son of Man is within you. Find it, follow after him and discover him for yourself. Achieve him for yourself. Achieve your inner Christ. So he was teaching people their own divinity. And the reason he was so attractive is because he was giving the messages to the people. People seeing a part of them in themselves. Now, the church hierarchies have always been for that, the hierarchies. Same with the Pharisees. They were for the Pharisees. The rest of the people had to come see them for signs. They were special and they alone could speak to God. And Yeshua was against this. He was against religion in a sense. Now, the word Sheol, which just means place where the dead go. The Jews didn't believe in hell, so Jesus didn't either. He was a Jew, but he was a Nazarene Jew, but technically he was a type of Essene Jew, but from the community of Nazareth. Now, this being said, the word Gehenna, which meaning place of trash being burnt or unclaimed bodies being burnt. So in a sense, this is just a meaning to you not knowing yourself and you seeking outside of yourself, repeating the same shitty actions and truly never discovering the connection of the divine within yourself. And this is the true death, true ignorance. And this is one reason why Jesus spoke in parables, because this sort of talk was blasphemy. He was challenging the hierarchies, giving the power to the people. So people seen a bit of themselves in them, so the message was appealing, but they didn't kind of understand it because Yeshua was too advanced for his time. Now, he understood the concept of this punishing, loving God would not work. If God is all loving, like the Father that Yeshua spoke of, he's bound to forgive you. But Jesus also spoke of the mother, my true mother that gave me life. Now, if you look at Essene writings and even Gnostics, they mention Sophia or they mention Mother Earth, and ancient Jews seen God as female and male. So you have the divine spark within you. Now, all of this sort of stuff is speaking symbolically, and Yeshua understood this symbolically. So he's like, stop taking this all literally and look from within yourself, your inner God. This is one reason he also said you were gods, and many of his writings and stories have also been changed because the leading powers couldn't have it. It was a threat to the social balance of the time. It was power to the people. They didn't want this. If you spoke publicly against dukes, kings, and all this back then, you were being arrested and killed, tried even. So he spoke in fine lines, so he spoke in parables, so hidden meanings. And this is one reason why Gnostics were big on this as well, because they understood the secret meanings. They also understood that Jesus was teaching these meanings to his followers, which is secret teachings. So the ones that understood that little message would come in privately and say, oh, there's a deeper story to this, could you explain to me? And from this he would tell them. But he would also say not to throw pearls to swine, because if people didn't get this knowledge and they grew jealous, they would grow angry and they would persecute you for it. Now, the Catholic and Orthodox Church really began just because of people that got jealous because they couldn't speak in tongues or understand the secret meanings. And this is another reference to from pearls of swine. So esoteric knowledge is only for the select few who understand. It's not for everyone. Not everyone will understand it. And this comes down to those sort of mystery schools and all that sort of stuff that were quite common throughout this era. And Yeshua would have been likewise. He would have been discussing deeper meanings to his inner circle that the rest of the community didn't quite understand. So yes, very advanced for his time. So this whole concept of this punishing, loving God, it just doesn't work. You can't be both. You have to be either loving or you have to be damning and punishing. Now, in the Bible, Yahweh often kills people, demands sacrifice, accepts sacrifice, demands animal sacrifice, demands tribute of war. And Yeshua was saying to the Pharisees that you do the work of your father who's been a liar and a murderer since the beginning. Now, he also said, if you knew me, you would also know the Father also. So he's saying that the connection within me is within you. So he understood what the corrupt priests were doing. They were trying to take away the power from the people to give it to them. So they were unchallengeable. So them alone had the word of God. And he was against this. And he was also against human praise. So all these people that might have been worshipping him, he was against it. He was trying to teach them their own inner divine being within themselves. He also said that together, we can do greater things than him. So we have a very spiritual man here that was teaching everyone their own divine spark. So giving power to the people, telling you to be a free thinker, think for yourself, break the cycle, break the chains. And this is his ultimate message that he died for, trying to wake us all up. And people like this that come into this world are always too advanced for the time, too advanced for the social status. But as we evolve, so does empathy, so does love, so does compassion, greater ideas. Peace and love, everyone. I love you all. Connect to one, mind and soul. Namaste.